Hey, hey, hey. What's going on, Christy? How are you this evening?
I am doing good. How are you doing?
We're doing great. We're hanging in there, and we're excited for tonight. I'm excited to have you on with us, and most important, our
Yeah.
guest coming on tonight. We're really excited to have our guest Jamie the Cleaner, and now along with the House of Rags, we are excited to jump in and talk to him. We had an
Yeah.
honor to be able to speak with him. Oh, it's almost been a year ago that I had an opportunity to speak to him on a podcast. So he's got
Awesome.
a lot going on, and he's got a lot of things that they're doing, some really cool things. And I'm
Yeah.
excited to dive in and ask him some questions and see where they're going and what their plans are as they continue to grow because they're doing big things. So I'm excited. So
Absolutely.
how's and you, Christy, and your podcast? So grads on you. I see you tearing it up on Monday night. So
Thank you.
nice job on what you're doing. I know it
Thank
takes a
you.
lot of work. So very nice job for doing that, and it definitely is not easy. So grads on your podcast and doing your thing.
Thank
So
you. It's been fun. Fun so far.
awesome, guys. I see quite a few people in here: Becky and Eileen and Tim,
Woo.
and man, so many people coming in. I really appreciate you guys coming and joining us today
Thank
with
you.
the X's and O's with Extra Mile, and we are honored to have an incredible guest that has got such an influence in the detail community. He's done some amazing things on the detail, but also now as it's branched out into
Yeah.
the product industry, which is so cool. And the products that they are offering and they're providing from their own product line to other products that they're are selling. I've had the opportunity, and I still have a slew of them that I have in my garage that I am trying to use. And I'll tell you, the ones that I have continued to use have been outstanding. So
Yeah. Absolutely. Great product.
very cool. So without any further ado, well, let's bring him in. And again, that is Jamie the Cleaner with House of Rags, and we are honored to have him with us. So no further
Woo!
ado, there he is, the man and the man,
What's
Jamie the
happening?
Cleaner. What's
Hello.
up,
I
buddy?
am
Hello.
I am so excited to finally be in the presence of a superstar like Christy. I mean,
Stop it.
she's got her name in lights. She's got her own show. I
And
mean,
that's what I say.
she's upgrading buckets. Like she is a big time Christy right now. I cannot believe I'm here. It's good to be here with you guys.
Jamie, I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
When you accepted, I was ecstatic. I told Christy, and I was
Yeah.
so excited because I told her how much fun and what a blast it was when I had the opportunity to have you and speak with you about a year ago or so. It
Yeah,
was
that
just
was
a
fun. I
great time.
appreciate it.
It was
Appreciate it
really
then.
fun.
I appreciate it now, you know.
No, I appreciate your time. I know you
It
got a
was a
lot going on, so it's
yeah.
definitely important that we use your time wisely and we're able to
Sweet
spend the
house.
time with you now because I know you got enough going on with your own agenda, and we're excited to jump in and talk to you and ask questions about all the good things that are happening
Yeah, never
because we
turn
love
down an
doing.
opportunity. You know, someone gives you some space on the internet to talk, get on there and talk, you know. It's no big deal.
I
I
love
Just
it.
agree.
do
I
it.
love it.
I
Yeah.
agree.
So you know what, Jamie? I obviously you are known and you put your face onto the internet and YouTube. You're detailing techniques and your skill and all the other amazing things that you do in the detail. And then now you have taken this major leap. You said your amazing podcast. You still do that on the social media side of things, but you've now jumped into the product line and the industry, and I think that is extremely interesting to me and cool because there's so much in that side of things as well besides the fact
Mm,
of detailing, and having the detailing experience that you have plays, I'm sure, a
yep.
huge part for you, and what products you bring on, the products that you're using, and how you go about selling and demonstrating those. So I think that's awesome that you're able to do that. I mean, my question to you is, how long or what was your thought process behind? I mean, how long were you been thinking about going about getting into the product industry? I mean, was this something that you had planned, or is it just kind of one of those things that you wanted to do, but it just came upon a lot quicker than you expected? Or
Yeah. So first off, I want to say thank you for actually trying the products and stuffs. And if you've enjoyed them, I know you put them to good use out there, and you know, hard on the streets. So no problems yet. What do you think so far?
you know what? I was just telling Christy, I said, you know what? I've got still a whole line of your product. I'm trying to use them on, obviously depending on the jobs, but
Mm,
I mean, the products that I have used have been outstanding. I was going to share, I didn't get a video on it, but I used your individual glass cleaner, the House of Rags glass cleaner. And I'll tell you, we had something on a detail this past weekend, and it was this, it looked like there was some kind of residue sticker on the dash or whatever. And I basically took that spray, sprayed it on, used just a little plastic razor just to kind of agitate it. And I tell you, it took it right off.
Right.
Took it completely off, dude. I was like,
had no problems.
No goo gone, no none of that crap.
No.
You know, I was like, dude, right to the spray, because I know you had made a video and you talked about it. And I was like, dude, I can't wait to be able to put it to work on something like that.
And that's when you bust it out. That's the perfect situation. That's to give you that shortcut. When you need it, you got it. You bust it out, spritz. You know, on your normal glass cleaning, use whatever glass cleaner you want. But ours, heavy duty.
Absolutely.
So that's
such
exactly
amazing.
Right.
And then it was so refreshing to not have to have that sticky, slimy, greasy gook on and all the other products that are out there. But it was so easy.
Yeah, it's kind of like a barbershop after you're done.
Yeah. Just a great experience.
And you know what I really love about the glass cleaner as well is it just really adheres to the surface. I hate a glass cleaner that just starts to fall the minute you spray it on, and then you got to quickly mop up the excess, you know, if it got onto the panels or whatnot. I love that cling. That cling is absolutely amazing. Like where you spray it, that's where it's at. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's that aerosol. That's why we went aerosol. We want the extra clean. It's got a pretty powerful surfactant in it, so it foams up a little bit. So extra help for the mobile guys, keeps it nice and wet and moist for you. So it can, because sometimes in that glue you got to let it sit there for 10, 20, 30 seconds. So you don't want it to evaporate before it can do its magic. So that's kind of the magic of the glass cleaner. So
Jamie, did you just say moist?
Yeah, it's got to stay moist. It's got to moisten it up. You don't want it to dry
out. That's every time I'm
moist.
Oh, I love it, dude.
I'm sorry. Franco wants to know, is Jamie behind all the towels or is Eddie behind a few? Is it all you, Jamie?
That's a good question.
Eddie picked out a few. So going back to the original question, getting into this space and that kind of deal does start with Eddie. He started about probably a year and a half ago now, because now we're 3 months in, working on 4 months. But he started playing with trying to get some pads going and some compound and polishes, and he's real Snoopy McGee. So he's asking everybody he knows. He's trying to figure out how to get in here and that kind of deal, and how much this costs and that kind of deal. So he's working on that for a while, and he asked me early, and I'm like, no thanks. Like, why? No thanks. I'm gonna keep doing my thing.
Sorry.
But then eventually he had a bunch of samples of stuff, and I think it was the beginning of last year. He's like, I'm gonna start a brand, and I'm like, wow, okay. And then that became detail code. But he's like, I got all kind of stuff. All I gotta do is sign this NDA, and I'll send you stuff to test. And it's just you're the soap guy. I'm working on the polish. So bringing me in, we kind of cut it in the middle. I took the products that I'm more familiar with and I like a lot. He did the rinseless, the polish, the pads. Well, actually, we switched the pads up halfway through. So I'm like, we gotta go to Buff and Shine. I love Buff and Shine. I met Rich about 8 months ago, and he has a fantastic story and really is real hands-on with all his products. Like he can make it whatever adjustment you want, he can make it happen. So I knew he was the guy to go to. So I helped Eddie out with the pads, but he did compound, rinseless, blah blah blah. I did the soaps, and what that we kind of started rolling from there. Signed the NDA, kind of got on board. We went rolling from there, started testing, and our soap sucked for 6 months straight. Most of it sucked for a pretty good while, but yeah. What I learned in the getting into this side of things is a lot of the chemists are trained to make the crappiest product, at the cheapest price.
Sure.
And then you kind of start there and work your way up, and then eventually they kind of click on. You're like, oh, you're not looking for just junk, huh? You're like, no, because they're cheap. They're so trained from an industry wanting the lowest price for this. People kind of barely get stuff to work, and then it's good. Slap a label on it, sell it to the masses. We worked on this stuff for 6 to 8 months, and he had already had them to a degree before even I came on, and then I took it with my stuff to another level. So the soap, was a pretty big challenge to actually get that stuff to level of foam and be as concentrated. And at one point, funny story with the soap is I went too far. I had the baddest soap of all time. It was so good. I was so proud of this soap. I'm like, no one's touching this soap ever. And now I know why, because it was like $200 a gallon when it came time to,
So no one is buying that.
No one's buying that soap, but I tell you what, it was darn good.
Good.
It had it went way off the charts. So you can go too far that way too.
Yeah.
Sure.
Especially when it comes to a tire shine and a soap, you can go way too far.
Yeah.
Where no one's gonna buy it because it gets too expensive. But there's a middle ground for some products and that kind of deal. But yeah, that's kind of how we got it started and rolling. We eventually, kind of figured it out. And then about time he'd get a compound and the rinseless just about finalized, or I'd get my soaps, pretty good. We'd switch and we'd send each other the other half of the products, and then we test in our environments. And so literally, like we're like, yeah, it's good, but we'd switch horrible. We didn't like each other's stuff at all. Like his compound would chalk up on me in the heat. I was still in the summer.
Yep.
So it would just like dry up instantly. It was like concreting. So we had to go back to the drawing board on that. Rinseless was pretty good for quite a while. We just had like this problem that still haunted us on release date with the foam, but rinseless was pretty good for a while. Soaps, he couldn't get them to foam in Idaho, and what we figured out that kind of way was sometimes soaps have but again, I was testing almost during, so it's always hot here really. The hot water helps me a lot. So this whole like Foam Town era I had, on my YouTube channel and TikTok, Foam Town USA. Well, now I know I had so much success was because my water is like boiling hot coming out the tap. So that helps you a lot. Oh, I didn't know that. But I spoke to him and like nothing would foam at his house because it was cold. Real cold water, real cold pipes, and he just couldn't get the foam. So eventually,
interesting. That's wild.
Yeah. So we're like arguing on the phone one night, like, "Hey, I know my soap foams. You're an idiot. I don't know what you're doing over there, but you ain't doing something right." And he's like, "No, your soaps suck." He like pours like half the thing in there, and foams it. And he's like, "It's not foaming. Look, it's not foaming." I'm like, I don't know what's happening. And then like Isabel walks out, his daughter, and she's real big brain, but she's like, did you try hot water? We're like, no.
Wow.
She pours some hot water in there. It foams like crazy.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool, I think. Like that's
really cool. Wow.
So it's been a journey, but yeah. So eventually we figured out the kind of detail code stuff, and then we started like we like all these brands, and we still like testing and reviewing products. Let's just become distributors. See who would get on board with that, and that's kind of became the House of Rags, and then we launched, and now we're here.
That's awesome. That's awesome. No, you got a slew. There's so many. It's like, dude, I'm ready to place another order. Just I got them lined up with products in the garage. I'm like, I want to try this one. I'll try this one. I'll try this one. But I think it's awesome. It's great that you have so many of them.
Really, Eddie has no patience. He immediately, gives the green light to a brand and immediately is testing like the next one to see if it's good. And then when it's good, he's like, we're bringing them in. And I'm like, oh, I just finished these SKUs.
I have a question then, if you don't mind me asking.
Yeah.
So you're creating a brand, and obviously there's a ton of thought, right, that goes into, in introspect. You want your brand to be good, right? Better than good. Was there a brand where you kind of used it as like your starting point? Like, okay, this brand is good. Yeah. This brand is really good. We have to at least be where this brand is or better. Was there, does that make sense? Was there a brand that you used as kind of your baseline?
Yep. Yeah, for sure. We've tried everything, like pretty much everything in our store we've tested and that kind of deal. But yeah, for sure. Like the soaps, I'm like, I did a 3 pH system for a reason. So I want it to be, similar to that Labo Cosmetica level of 3 pH system. I want it, I wanted our products to be multifaceted too. Yeah, like hard wash. If you're a professional detailer, you can take hard wash and that can be your one soap. You can use it as a bucket wash. So I wanted that to be slick. You could dilute it 5-to-1 as a wheel and tire cleaner. You can probably replace your wheel and tire cleaner with 5-to-1 hard wash. You can use it as a 10-to-1 foam cannon and touchless kind of style. that kind of deal. You bug remover. You can probably do 10 to 1 in a spray bottle and use it as a bug remover. So that kind of deal. Acid wash, you can, dilute in a bottle and use it as a water spot remover if you dilute it 32 to 1. And so I'm not saying you have to have all 3 soaps. I made each, product to try and stand on its own, tackle certain situations, and be multifaceted. But yeah, we did have target points. He's tested more compounds than me, but so he was chasing certain, all his favorite compounds he was chasing with in-game. And I think we got pretty darn close to all our products and matching the performance we were looking for. Yeah. And also you have to play, we want it Detail Co. So if we look at the labels, it's a kind of a very understated brand. Like if you were to walk by this, if we put this on Walmart shelf, you would probably walk by it and probably not buy it because it's kind of understated. It doesn't tell you a whole lot going on the label. Our logo doesn't pop out at you. And we did that by design. So we wanted Detail Co. to be for the detailers, like for the shops, for Extra Mile.
Yep.
We didn't want our brand to come and take over your brand at all. So we did a low-key branding, but we wanted to supply top-of-the-line premium stuff as best we could and have a great, pretty much unbeatable price point, I think, on all our stuff. So I think we accomplished that. And another factor of Detail Co. is the logo is really understated and has like this circle outline around it, because we had this idea at one point where we were going to call it the Black Label system. So if a shop wanted to stock their front store with Detail Co. products, what we were wanting to do was have a template of like a sticker. You throw your logo in it, kind of prints it out for you, sends it to you, your 100, 500, however many you want.
Yeah.
Slap it on there. It matches up perfectly with the circle, kind of takes over our logo. And then you can, what we were going to call Black Label, our products. And then you're not even, advertising, a brand or anything like that.
Yeah.
So that was kind of part of the goal too. We never kind of worked out that fully with the sticker kind of idea, but it's a pretty cool idea. I liked it a lot. But it's just a lot of extra steps there.
Yeah.
And we might still work on it and bring it back. But what do you think of that idea?
I like it. I think it's a great idea. I think the concept is great. I think your idea of what you're doing and targeting for it with the detailers and keeping it, not trying to compete
Eileen
with,
likes it.
Those other ones. I think that's actually a smart marketing, smart move. Business guys. I do. I think that's great.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I love what you just kind of portrayed right now. And the thought that you gave us is how much thinking you have put into this. Like you guys are literally, you're not trying to sell a product, let's put, who cares what the label is, let's sell it.
The whole package.
About every aspect behind it. And I think that's what's really special about your brand.
Yeah.
I hope people really kind of catch on to that. You know what I mean? That you guys are really here for the people and thinking about every aspect of what the community is looking for, not just in a brand, but in the people behind it. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that so much.
Yeah.
And I think you hit it earlier too. The price point is such a big thing too. I mean, let's be honest. Those that are running business, such myself, I'm running business. I got guys working. I got people doing. It's got to be cost efficient for us. It's got to be efficient. It's got to be productive. It's got to work. It's got to give you results. And having all that in one is absolutely such a. It's a sale. It's a win-win, dude. And I'll tell you, every product I've used from Detail Co. has been a win. And I'm not just saying that because you're here, but it is. I've used every one of them so far. I've got several, many more to use, and I plan to use. But everyone has been great. Your tire dressing is absolutely outstanding. I used it just not too long ago, and just such an easy, smooth, great finish. It's not too slick. It's not too runny. It's not, it's just that fine mix. For me, I'm a tire dressing type of guy, so I like it. Just be easy to use, and you don't have greasy, oily, So it was definitely
dilutable. I want it.
Absolutely.
We had a big argument at one point for dilutable products as well. Like Eddie loves ready to use, and I'm like, we got to have dilutions. Like we got to make it at least a little dilutable. Like so we didn't go like 50 to 1 or nothing in none of the products. It's 10 to 1s. Interior cleaner, you can 10 to 1. Dressing, you can 10 to 1. dressing, bringing inside interiors. It gives you a nice finish on interiors.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like 3-to-1, 5-to-1. Even our spray ceramic sealant is you can dilute it 1-to-1, 3-to-1.
That's one
and
I
you're gonna
have
have
that
success
I
with
want
it
to
too.
try. I haven't put that. I want to put that. I can't wait to use that one.
Yeah, when you use it with a damp towel.
Yes.
All right. If you use it straight, Infinity demands respect. All right.
Yeah.
So if you use it straight, you definitely want to use a damp towel. So it was originally designed to be like a dry and aid type product. So it likes a lot of moisture.
Yeah.
So it activates with moisture. So same with our ceramic coating. So Adrian used it earlier, and he said he found a high spot and actually took a damp towel and leveled it out. And our coatings like that. Our coatings love moisture, and so does Infinity. Like they all have these moisture cure kind of aminos in them.
Yeah.
And they play really well with water like fresh. So use that damp towel, one spray of Infinity, wipe it in, buff it off with a dry towel, and you should have a really nice layer of protection on that. Yeah. Or you cut it 1-to-1, use a detail spray, cut it, or not detail spray, but kind of more normal sealant. I'll say 1-to-1, and then 1-to-3 use dry and aid, that kind of deal, and you shouldn't have no problems.
Oh, so you were saying just so your drying aid purposes, you're saying dilution ratio? What do you use it for your drying aid?
You can go straight if you want to, but that's a lot of stout product in your drying towel. So I say 1-to-1 or 1-to-3.
Gotcha.
It's wherever you want to play with it, but
that's awesome.
And I really like that you're, talking about dilutions. I love the fact that your 16-ounce bottles come concentrated.
Yeah.
That is literally one selling point that I don't think enough people talk about, because you know what I mean? When you get a 16-ounce bottle and it's already pre-diluted, I mean, sometimes you just need a stronger dilution, but you don't necessarily want to buy the whole gallon when you're just trying out the product for the first time. You know what I mean? I like to try them out little by little before I know I'm going all in. Yep. So the fact that it's concentrated, that is huge.
So that had to be a trick too, because if you send stuff out full concentrated, the wrong, Joe Smo who doesn't wash his car very often, doesn't really, understand chemicals, there's a good chance they're going to mess something up. So the balance of that is making the chemicals stout enough and strong enough, but they're like made with such good ingredients, you're really not going to mess anything up. So you can take BDE straight and, spray on the front of a vehicle, spray on wheels and tires, and you shouldn't run into problems. It's a stout product, but hopefully, if it gets in the hands on the wrong person. Now, someone's for sure still going to be able to mess something up. You can do it if you try hard enough. You know what I'm saying? But
absolutely,
someone's going to take, Infinity and, be in Arizona and spray, overspray it on there, and wipe it, and it's going to look like a disaster. So,
Vegas, Arizona, the heat's going to be beautiful with something like that.
Ooh. Yeah. So there was a balance game in playing that too, and that kind of deal.
Question. So you got a slew, an incredible amount of products that you even have now with the House of Rags. So my question to you is, how far do you continue with the product lines? Are you getting to? Is there a certain boundary point that you get to, and you're like, okay, this is enough. We have enough products, or you just let it continue to grow and continue to go? Because I know Eddie, like you said, loves trying product and doing stuff. So where do you find the balance, or is there no balance between how much you have and where you go with that?
Yeah, he loves finding the hidden gems.
Gotcha.
So, like, we're gonna slow down for sure after probably the next 6 months or so. Once we get the foundational stuff, released and stuff.
Yep.
But there's really no limit. I'd say as long as there's hidden gems still out there, if we can find them, and they're hitters as we call them, like bring them in. Like we're looking for the brands. No one cares to look far, or no one has ever given a chance. So if no one wants to do that, we'll give them a chance. We'll see what happens.
Well, and that kind of takes us back. I wanted to answer or give you a chance to answer Becca's question.
That is a good question.
How are brands able to be signed due to space? And I think that's a legitimate question.
That is a legitimate question. Yeah, that's why we went ahead and started with 3PL and didn't try and fart around with doing it ourselves. And we go ahead and start training this 3PL in our kind of style of because what we found out is our 3PL has never done detailing. So They don't know it's just, soap, throw it in there, it gets bounced around. They don't know it's going to explode, before it makes it to our people's house. So there's definitely a learning curve with that. But space wise, it's a pretty big warehouse. It's like one of the biggest warehouses in Chicago. So we shouldn't have a problem with space, but you never know. We'll see.
Yeah.
2 years go by and Eddie's still it's lapsed by a whole SKU,
Yeah.
We might have to get another warehouse. Who knows?
One of the other products that I really enjoyed, and I've got another video I'm going to post on it that I thought was really good, is your detail spray for your niece that you had.
Yes.
That you're selling. Absolutely insane. Dude, I will buy that in gallons. Dude, I have used that as a rinseless wash, and I have a post on it. Actually, absolutely outstanding. I've used it for so many different purposes, and man, just the finish and what it does and the shine, it's top, dude. It is really, really a top product.
That. So
if you haven't got or tried that, you're missing out on that product. That's a great secret gem right there.
It is a gem. So, and a lot of people like you have noticed that, and like, hey, we need gallons.
I would buy gallons if you had gallons in it.
Yeah. So we still got like 400, 500 bottles of this. We're trying to get this sold so we can give my niece that big check.
Yeah.
And get that, and the Stay Strong will come back with like a special edition label, that kind of deal, for another cause down the road. Anytime we figure out, someone in need or something that needs.
I love that.
Yeah, we'll bring it back. But because professionals like yourself have taken a liking to it, we jumped on it about a month ago and making a professional Detail Co. Just slapping it in the Detail Co. line. It's going to be called Detail Co. Lightning Detail Spray. So it's coming out in probably a month or two. Correct. That way, because we can't put that in our business program. If you don't know, we have a business program, saves you 35% off Detail Co., 20% off Thor towels, and then 15% off the rest of the website. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So already, good price products, you're getting 35% off of the Detail Co. line. But yeah, Lightning is coming to the business program for sure.
Nice.
So talking kind of just to jump on a little bit, Christy, I know you probably have questions, but I'm jumping on. Something that we did some time ago, and I'd like to get back onto it, is different times of the year, like you did for your niece. My sister has breast cancer, and she's trying to survive, and she's got a nonprofit, and I did a whole thing for her last year. And anyway, my point is that even autism and all the stuff, I'd like to start doing something even to, like, I love your product. I mean, is there something that you are looking to do or possibly do with, like, hey, if someone wanted to come to you and like maybe
definitely
team up together to do a product? Because that's something I want to do with the show and with giving back to the community. One of the things I'm planning on in 2025 is a lot of give back. So, and that's something I want to do, is find someone that's interested in doing that we can label or put something on there, obviously, and give back and try to raise money
100%
to the community. So
yeah, you just talk to me or Eddie, and then we'll have a big meeting about it. Perfect. And you give us the rundown, and we're down for pretty much anything. So if you got an idea or calls, we'll gladly jump on there. So I got a lot of people asking, can you pop up the shared screen at the bottom there?
Let's see.
Everybody's wondering where to sign up for the business programs.
Is it the settings? Is that where
beats me? Should be a little screen at the bottom of the StreamYard here.
Let me see.
Christy, you should be a pro by now.
I know, right?
There it is. All right, everybody, here we go. So you go over to thehouseofrags.com. This is US only at the moment. We're working on expanding it, but we're just launching in USA. If you don't know, Cleantool's live on the site. New brand from Poland. And you come down here and you click on that business program right there. And what you're going to get is the rundown. Take control of your business spending, exclusive business discounts, 35% off Detail Co., 20% off towels, 15% everything else. Just spend $300 to start. If you've already been a customer of ours, and you're good to go. If you're already over 300 collectively, we send you. You're good. We give you the green light. But you fill out the business request form, you send it over. Our little email goes ding ding, and that's it.
Love it.
So head over to the House of Rags. It's on the homepage at the bottom. Boom, business program right there. Sign on up.
That is
we'll get
nice.
y'all hooked
win,
up.
dude.
You can get that good glass cleaner,
Oof,
35%
so
off.
good.
This almost costs as much as stuff on Walmart.
Yeah.
35% off. Definitely losing money on that. Definitely 35% off. Definitely losing money. Definitely not making money on that.
I mean, that's got to be one of the best incentive programs for businesses out there.
We think so.
Insane.
But
It's
really,
really
though,
good.
I don't know another business that offers
No.
those savings.
No.
And that was the whole point of Detail Code. Like, we wanted to give
It's a
the
huge-
detailers a brand that, you know, it's not gonna demand, you know, put up the banner or this and that. Gives you professional level coatings, gives you good products, good dilutable stuff, good for you, good for the environment. Our stuff's future proof, as we call it, and that means basically completely biodegradable.
Yeah.
Any FDA, any whatever rules come through, we should be good.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's so cool. So one of the questions I had too is, obviously you and Eddie do a lot of detailing. You both have kind of your shops. You work out of your home, garage, and shops or whatever. And do you see the House of Rags getting to a point where you guys are offering trainings and bringing people in and doing things? Is that something in the future that you think you want to do or you'd like to do?
Yep. Yes, I already want to get them rolling. But
Cool.
like right now, we're still, you know, in this early portion of the startup kind of business. So we're laying down the foundation and stuff still. But definitely the big thing is training. So the brands we're bringing on, one of the key factors is having that lead kind of man, having someone who knows what they're about and not afraid to get in front of a camera or people or that kind of deal. And that's a big factor as well. So we eventually, you know, we're like, you know, Labo Cosmetic, bringing Reggie Cox, have a good train in there. Geist, we got the best leather care brand in the world. So I want to get Ram come out one day and have leather training. I don't know nothing about leather is what I've learned. So he comes out, he shows us how to repair leather. That's a whole different lane. You might could switch your whole detail business up if you switch to switch to detail, you know, repairing leathers and steering wheels, and that might be more than freaking ceramic coatings and stuff. I don't know, but
I agree.
That's something I definitely want to learn. We even have Detail Code PPF, so like we'll get into that down the road.
Great.
But that's definitely part of the plan for sure.
That's great. So now, so we can look at it, Christy. We can see that the Detail Cove is going to have their own little jamboree, and they're going to have it where it's going to be just as well as like you know, one of these lovely gatherings or conferences that they have. You know, Detail House of Rags, Detail Cove, which would be really cool. I think that would be awesome.
Thor Mania or something.
Thor Mania. That's kind of it'll bring a little bit of Jamie's old history of wrestling out, dude.
Thor Mania. Yeah. When we launched Thor Mania, it's game over.
That is great, dude. Oh, you have to put some cool. That'd be a cool T-shirt. I can only imagine.
I think so.
That'd be something else.
Speaking of that, when is Thor merch coming?
Oh my goodness, this merch.
How many times have you been asked that question? Because I'm waiting.
Every podcast. I don't know. We're working on it. I have no idea. We got these shirts made and we kind of like them. We just don't want to put out bad merch. So it's like,
that's understandable.
There are a couple questions in the chat, Jamie, real quick. I do want to make sure people's questions get answered.
For sure.
Ryan is asking, what products did you develop, Jamie?
Yeah,
was there...
Good question.
So it was the soaps, glass cleaner. I think the dressing, we kind of split 50-50. Yeah, we worked on all the products. Because like I said, once we got one developed, we would trade. So like, I got sent the compound and the rinseless, and he got sent the soaps, and then we argued for months about that. And then, so we touched, definitely every product, but the main ones, my main mission was soaps. I worked on them soaps tirelessly for many, many months. I mean, as soon as I'd get a sample, I'd run outside and foam it down, and do all the stuff, and send the notes back, and getting stuff the next day. But yeah,
that's so funny.
I'm trying to think. Oh yes, what kind of products we got? Soaps. I did soaps. Eddie did rinseless. So that's the main ones.
And then Adrian asked, with all the brands you carry, is there a current favorite you are playing with?
Oh, yep. Definitely. Where are they at? Mile Deep.
I saw that one. That's the one I was watching your video. I want to get that and try.
The UK way It's just it might be the way to go. Like,
wow,
they make some good stuff in the UK.
Yeah.
This brand is so biodegradable. This
so
bottle
cool. Wow,
is biodegradable. That's how biodegradable this brand is. Like,
That's
nuts.
crazy.
Labels,
Wow.
everything is biodegradable with Mild Deep. So they're just Tim and Jody, fantastic dudes. We had them on the podcast a couple of weeks ago. The UK people do not play. Let me tell you, they
sure.
try and make the best products they can possibly make. And we got another one coming in called a Garage Therapy.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. That is what I'm looking forward to.
When we get Maz on the podcast, it's going to be like a 4 or 5 hour podcast because he will talk about one product for 30, 45 minutes before going to the next one.
Yeah.
He's obsessed with
Wow.
making the best products in the world. So, like, UK don't play around. So right now it's the UK stuff for sure.
Yeah.
I got Klinkle coming. I'm gonna dive deeper into the Klinkle line, but what I've tried from them is really good. But right now, Mild Deep. I'm loving Mild Deep.
Nice.
And they product line. What do they have? What do they offer? Just so
it's a full range.
Line. It's a full range. Okay.
Yeah, they got the the UK citrus. You got to have a good citrus in the line if you're doing UK. You got to have a good snow foam. Yeah. Pair up with that citrus, snow it on, and then they always have a snow foam, and then they always have a dedicated bucket wash. So their bucket wash is really, really good. And then they'll have like 2 or 3 foaming like sealant type products. So this has what's it called? Shield is the sealant, and then I used the gloss drying aid the other day in a video, and Sheen. Yep. So one's a drying aid that just kind of gets the water off and the protection won't last that long. But Shield is actually like a stout protection that's going to last a little while. It actually cures once you dry your car. So you use Shield and then you rinse it off and you'll be like, that wasn't very good. But if you were to dry your vehicle, come back in an hour and spray it with water, you'd get some tight water beading and you'd be like, oh, okay. Nice. Where the gloss drying aid gets that sheeting, and that's all it does. It just helps you sheet that water off. I showed it the other day in the video. Probably, I'd like you to test it, and the heat and stuff.
I would love to.
I might send you a bottle of that to test out mobile wise. And Eileen's out there in the desert, so too. Yeah, that might be pretty good. What's Eileen say? If you had to choose, what's your top high pH, low pH, neutral soap? Well, I'd pick my soap, of course.
Yeah,
35% off, Eileen. Sign up for that business pro. You ain't gonna beat that. You're beating my soap. Look here.
Oh.
That's funny.
Eileen also asks, what do you think about the pH balance versus pH neutral? So that's a confusing topic. But pH neutral, so pH neutral, about pH of 7. pH balance can be basically any pH as long as
it's
it's balanced somehow. I don't even know how to explain it. But Nexen soap apparently is pH balanced, but it's pH 12. And it's a really good soap. It actually supposedly has like acid and alkaline surfactant in it. And it kind of does the job of both soaps at the same time. It's pretty crazy soap.
Yeah.
And I think Garage Therapy soap, it's like pH 14, but I think it's a little pH balanced too, because it has a smoothing effect on the paint. Like, it cleans so good. Some vehicles you can just skip that clay bar because it cleans everything off. That's how strong that Garage Therapy soap is. So, but yeah, pH neutral, easier to understand. I like a good pH neutral soap.
Yeah. Sweet. Oh, Carlos, what's going on, Carlos? He's jumping in the house.
Carlos in the house.
Justice for Eileen.
Justice for Eileen 2020. Boy, the internet's hot. Boy, what a controversy. But good thing is we know she's a ringer. We know she's a ringer for the final round. So it's not over till the fat lady sings. So.
That's right. She's coming back.
She's coming back.
She's coming back.
So I have a couple questions. So obviously we're talking about products and stuff, but I don't want to leave out the Thorn House of Rags and your media side of things that you guys are doing, because I think that's a huge part of what you guys are doing too. I mean, obviously products being a big part. Mm-hmm. I think going on to this media side and YouTube and having the podcasts and things like that. I'd like to talk about that and kind of where you see your vision, what made you think to go that way, you and Eddie. Maybe I can ask more questions, won't unload it all, but what determines a candidate to have a podcast? What are you wanting to do? We can maybe start with that, and then I can.
Yep. So Thor Media was kind of the idea to just, you kind of got, the superstars like Christy, got Ivan. But you kind of got like Nick and Ivan, you know, they're doing their DIY thing, but we're like, let's separate them, see if they want to come do a podcast. And then you kind of get Nick back in his old ways. And then he interviews someone like none other. And he's really good at getting the story out. So you know, Ivan is always education focused. So you put a microphone on him, tell him to record something, and he was off the top of his head, he'll lay down 30 minutes of straight good knowledge, good content. Sure. So it's about finding the right people who's just going to continue the education process. It doesn't matter what they're talking about. You're going to learn something, I think, from everyone's podcast. And then it was about getting people from different walks of life. So we kind of got the brands where it's, you know, we got Nick and I DIY, then we got the Bow Bombs guys, the Funkin' Homies. Yep. And, you know, they talk to, you know, I think, you know, real detailers on the street. They bring them in, get their story, that kind of deal. We got, you know, Christy, Chelsea, kind of home base, women's perspective style detailing. That offers a totally different lane. And Christy's been absolutely killing it, by the way. I mean, super star. Just killing it. So, you know, Sock. He's another garage-based detailer in the hood, as you know, no garage door Sock. You know, he has a different perspective of things. He gives a real good perspective of how, you know, he's able to start a business and accomplish his details and stuff. So it's just about bringing people together. And this first batch was, you know, people we really liked and thought could do a good job of voicing, you know, their opinions, their stories, bringing the knowledge. That kind of deal.
Nice.
And by the way, like, I didn't expect anybody to be good for like another 6 months. Like, we started this and we're like, these are going to tank because it's hard.
That's a lot.
To just start up a podcast and get going. And everyone has knocked it out the freaking park. I'm like blown away by like how serious everyone took it and is, you know, kind of relishing the opportunity and really going for it. So like, they're all legit shows and dropping some legit knowledge on every episode. I think there's an episode of Nick at Night going right now, actually.
Oh, there might be.
I think we counter-programmed old Nick at Night, but he's running over there. But such a great show.
Nick is so good, man. That's like it is his forte to interview people. I could watch him question, you know what I mean? Just his whole demeanor is just so captivating. Man.
He brings back his capture of TV and interview and broadcasting, and he does a good job. I watch,
and he does a good job, you know, on DIY with Ivan as well. That's how he kind of does their content, where he kind of just asks questions and it kind of almost interviews Ivan while they're detailing, kind of deal. But taking him out of DIY now and seeing him back, kind of in his zone, doing his own thing, talking. Tonight's was like a carpet cleaner episode where he's deep and dive into the carpet. That's fascinating. So that's going to be a great show.
Yeah. Ghost says, how do you expect to maintain over 400 podcasts? Well, when you put it like that.
No, I'm definitely, you know, in charge of making sure everyone's show is off to the races every day. Yeah, we got one every day, so we'll see.
Well, that was my question too. My next question was, how often? I mean, I've seen that everyone's going every week or whatever. Is that something that that you plan on wanting to do through keeping them go every week, and each one of them, or at least try to attempt to do?
I think we kind of base this off of kind of networks, and there was a good show I used to watch called Bon Appetit, where they had, you know, everyone had their own individual show, like cooking style, and there was an episode on every day, you know, 30, 40 hour long. So instead of cooking, you know, we're talking detailing and we're doing podcasts, because it'd be hard to pump out, you know, a full detail video, you know, every day individually. But podcasts, we can do that, and maybe it expands in the future, who knows. But that's kind of what we want. We really want this to be a real network that really brings, you know, the knowledge and the value to everyone out there. So that's kind of the plan.
That's cool.
What was the question? Cool. What was Ghost saying? What was the question? Did we miss a question or something?
He said he didn't mean that in a rude way when he was asking, I believe, how many or how do you plan on?
Oh, no. I like that question. No, it's a good question. No, because believe me, we're not overthinking it. So when you put it like that, it's like, oh,
that's a lot.
That puts it in a different perspective.
Yeah, I definitely don't think. First, you got to enjoy it. Like I love everyone's podcast. I love everybody on the team, and I love everybody's content. So like I pre-watch everyone's podcast. If it's pre-recorded, make sure no hiccups, that kind of deal. It ran smoothly.
Yeah.
No one throws a Thor sucks in there or something.
Oh, jeez.
Not like that's gonna happen, but yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I'm enjoying the ride, so I'm not overthinking it, but it's good stuff.
Yeah.
All the way, Westcat. It's tough. It's tough. Yeah, that's a real great question. So the home-based business definitely took a step back.
Okay.
It's a little depressing because I really enjoy detailing. I'm like, some days I'm just like, I'm going outside and watching something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And but I try and keep it at least one a week. I had a Dodge Challenger for like 3 weeks last month. So sometimes I have them for a while, but that was a full paint correction and coating. So definitely got scaled back. I have to tell everybody, I might have it 2-3 days, but kind of sucks. But
have you had to like call some clients?
Yes, that's what I was gonna.
Your main, the clients that you've maintained and say, I'm sorry, but I can't do this anymore. Have you had to let people go?
Yeah, well, fortunately, they watch my Facebook, so we did. It's all transferred over to the Facebook, so they kind of know what's happening and know the new business and kind of deal. So it hasn't been that big of a deal, but I definitely want to get back to maintaining the good clients I had for sure.
Sure,
because you don't want to. Kind of disappointing for some people, they've been I've been washing their car for however long now, and now it's like, I don't know if I can get you this week.
Yeah.
That makes
it definitely, it's tough right now. Luckily, it's the winter, so maybe we hire a couple more people before summer gets here, and I'm back to maintaining everybody's vehicle on a more regular basis.
Yeah.
There you go. That's I saw a comment too from the Devils and the Detail. I did receive your bucket stick and all that stuff. I know, Christy, you're getting yours.
Yeah, Franco.
So, Franco, I'm definitely going to be putting it together. I have the bucket stuff, but I think I want to order a whole new setup before I install that. So instead of the one I have now, but I'm excited to use it because it looks like it's going to be awesome. And
I got him sending me one too. So he got a hook on it. It's got double clutch action. I'm like, dude, I loved his bucket at Eddie's. Eddie has one, and I love that thing.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. And now with the polisher rack that he's trying to attach.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Franco's got accessories now.
He's doing it.
What's happening?
Oh,
if he can just get these mass producing,
that's what I say. It's going to be it's at the house of rag.
It's coming in the house. We'll bring it on.
Shift squad, Becca says. That's right.
We're all about giving stuff a chance. So
that's too funny.
Jamie, do you guys have any accessories in the works for the future brushes, etc.? Yes. Leave it at that.
Leave it at that.
Leave it at that.
I love it.
Detail Co. will expand.
That is the plan.
That is the plan.
Is your product line in your Detail Cove and the House of Rags, do you see any of those products, or maybe I should say more focus this onto your particular product, Detail Cove? Do you see it just being sold within just your umbrella thing? It's never going to be outside of?
No. Okay. No, it's the house brand for sure. So it'll never leave the house, except for we are starting to give some brick and mortars a chance.
Oh, okay.
So like PSE and is that in Arizona? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Pressure washer equipment supplies.
Mm-hmm.
They're a big brick and mortar. So we let them. They're going to carry Detail Co. Clean by Pan. Some exclusive brands. Yeah, Mile Deep. Cool. So we are expanding into. We're starting to play around with brick and mortar.
Okay.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's really
so we'll do that. But internet wise, no, it'll always be the House of Rags. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's always a topic of question.
Yeah, we want to
find lines with that. And you get
we're trying to crack into the California brick and mortar too, because California, they love a good brick and mortar store out there.
Absolutely.
So so we're working on getting some brick and mortars out there next.
How about in Josh's DTLR supply? Maybe
he gets mid on. Look, he hasn't asked, but he gets mid on a stick pros before us. He sells out. He makes a video. He makes fun of us. I got it before you.
Josh. So I don't know.
He probably doesn't even know Detail Co. exists. He's like, huh? What's Detail Co? That dude's so busy.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're fine. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I mean, just hearing you, talk about the expansion already, I'm baffled. I am blown away just at the length of time. I mean, you guys have only been in business. I mean, it's been less than a year.
3
You know what I mean? And you have already accomplished so much and are continuing to do such big things. I mean, putting your products in brick and mortars now. That to me, I don't know. That's just amazing. That right there, I think, just shows the integrity of your store and of the people
I could use a nap,
it.
Christy. A good nap would suffice tremendously.
Well, what's amazing to me is that you guys have gone and become very, very successful in such a quick amount of time. And then you add on top of your media side and everything, like it blows my mind. I mean, most people take the product line and kind of work that and get it to the level where you feel comfortable. But you've taken both and taken them and just rise very quickly, which is extremely impressive. It speaks volume for you and Eddie, though.
You gotta have
just who you are, character and everything else.
To get up and go, you gotta be ready to not sleep. You gotta be ready to. You gotta love what you do. You gotta love the products you try.
So true.
You gotta love the people. Now my money ain't different now. Look, I still got a switch tracks in the middle of the driveway. These brands cost money to get into the States. You hear? And until the network is stable, it goes right back into Thor pretty much.
Yeah. But I mean, you guys are going to get there. I mean, there is no question. There's no question. Or at least your fingers crossed. Right?
Fingers crossed, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, obviously you've had great success and you've got a great support staff. You got, people that believe in you and what you guys are doing and your product line. So there's no reason why it wouldn't succeed.
Pleasure Equipment Sales. That's where Franco's going to sell his stick shift at the Pleasure Equipment Sales Emporium. Get your double clutch Franco stick shifters.
I'm thinking that is stick shifters.
That's Pleasure. Can imagine that'll be on his stick. Pleasure and Equipment.
He's gonna have.
That's gonna be great.
He's gonna have the bolt-on version. And he's gonna have a strap-on version, and then get and go.
Get the hook.
Get your Franco stick shifts at the Pleasure Equipment Sale.
This is why I love you guys. This is what makes these nights worth it. I'll tell you what.
Gotta keep it fun.
Oh my gosh.
That was a good one.
Can we talk about Jamie's shorts game lately?
I love a good pair of shorts.
On another planet, Jamie's shorts.
I wish I could wear shorts right now, but it's cold this week. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to pump them out. You got to get this content going. We got so much products. I'm like, I got to tell you about a product every day of the week to make sure there's content out there for you to know about them. So I'm trying.
I want to give Matt, I want to give you a shout out because it is so highly deserved. You are another person. You have a full-time business. And I mean, you are working around the clock. And it's never, and I know your business is lucrative. I know your work is amazing. 5-star reviews. I mean, you've been doing this a while and you're in your area, and how you still manage to push out content, those shorts, which are amazing. Like
I need help with you and Jamie. And I really need to grow my YouTube.
Awesome.
I really need to learn that. If I had someone, I feel like I need to pay someone to teach me. I just don't feel like I have the knowledge to really master that. And it's like, I'm happy to pay someone to. I told Christy the other day, Christy, can I pay you to teach me how to do media? Did I not? I was like, please, I'll buy you dinner. I'll pay for it. Just teach me how to do.
I'm telling you,
Jamie, like, how do I do this?
Yeah. I don't know. Like the short reels and the short stuff, I can handle that, but I really wish I understood YouTube channel I just don't understand it.
I'm telling you, just start. Don't even worry about editing. Just start talking on there, posting whatever. We're foaming this today. I'm washing it.
Yeah.
Show the results. This is what we did.
I just got new was
Hosted.
it DIYDG, whatever microphone,
Yeah.
new ones that just came out. So
Real good.
I think those will start helping me do more lives when I'm going to start trying to do more lives this year.
Yep.
And then be able to use those mics, and that'll help some of the clarity too, I think too.
Yep.
So,
But I mean, you're halfway there with your shorts. Like you're already in kind of the business of creating content. And Otto Spa here, he's absolutely right. Like the content, the way you support people, you know, you are just a whole vibe. And I really think as a YouTube channel, I think it would blow up. I really
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, I and that's something, I don't know. I've always been something I always want to do is, like I told Jamie, you know, one of the things I want to do back this year is really give back. And I want to be able to create products and promote both Jamie and Eddie and your product line, and be able to promote it with giving it back to people, or letting detailers use it and things like that, or generating funds so we can get back to detailers starting. Like, I don't know. I think there's so much in the detail community that I really want. And I think it's important that, you know, I'm honored to be able to help people. And I think, you know, if I wasn't in the position to do it, then I wouldn't do it, you know. But I feel like I can, and I want to, and I think it's just good.
Yeah.
I think that's what's important. We're here to help everybody.
That's been the coolest thing. Like, just kind of owning all this is like, we want to do this and give 100% profits.
Absolutely.
There you go.
We'll do it. You know what I mean? Like, I go, you want to do it? He goes, you want to do it? It's a thumbs up, full send, and it's over. That's all. That's the only person we got to ask is each other, and it's usually the same answer. So,
yeah.
I agree. Well, thank you. Appreciate the compliment, Jamie, and also Chrissy. I appreciate it. That means a lot. But
yeah, you have been stepping it up with the shorts lately, though. So I've been enjoying them.
So now I just got to get back into. I got to dive.
Consistency is key.
Yeah,
consistency is the most important.
Yes, and that's the hardest part, I think.
It is. And I think that's a hard thing. You talk to people and they're like, well, the shorts are big on YouTube, on the YouTube channels now, because people really like that. But I think I can do that. But I think I need to get more into maybe some of the longer videos, not super long, but more detailed of the video itself, demonstrating, showing the results. I think that would help a lot. But,
and even you can make videos that explain your packages and send them to clients. You know, when they ask you, what does a full detail mean? So send it to them. Here, watch this, and then you don't have to sit there and talk to them, explain. You got the video locked and loaded.
Yeah.
So not only could you make entertaining content, but it could affect your business as well.
Yeah. I think that's what Sock did, right?
That's how he started YouTube. Yep.
His YouTube channel was so he could send his clients to see the product. And that's smart. That was crazy.
Yep.
I would have never thought about doing it that way. So
I've disguised videos on my YouTube channel as like ceramic maintenance wash.
Yeah.
I just send it to them. This is how you wash your ceramic coated car so you don't mess it up, that kind of deal.
I mean, novel idea. Obviously. That's awesome.
That's actually really good.
Hey, shout out to Ghost. He said, I do have to say YouTube has changed for me since Thor came out in terms of my excitement to be a detailer. That's really cool to hear. So
that's really
appreciate you, Ghost. He's been in the community for a while. So he's won a lot of giveaways. I've sent him.
He has. Speaking about the giveaway, we had the one with Black Rhino, Christy, and is it Mackenzie that won that one time?
Yeah.
She reached out to me. I got a message from her today. I'm like, I don't know how to get a hold of you. So she finally reached out to me. I said, if you send me your information, we'll get your stuff, because she's in Canada. I didn't know she was in Canada.
Oh, okay.
So we'll get her information. I'll get her stuff out to her. I know she won some stuff as well. So but I did want to give, and I want to buy the stuff, but I want to give some product away for some of the people in there. So I want to do a couple giveaways, and I want to do some of Jamie's product line, the detail code, because I really like their product line, and not that I don't like any of the other ones, but I really wanted the detail code. So, but I would like to do that. So
let's do it.
Christy or Jamie, if you have questions that you'd like to throw out, but I would like to do quite a couple packages, maybe a bundle of soap, the different soaps. And then I would like to do one of the ceramic sealants, and I would like to do your tire dressing. So however we want to do it. Let's do it.
Nice.
Feeling generous tonight. Let's get these questions rolling.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let me think here.
I got one. What was the latest brand to be introduced into the house last week? What's the newest brand in the house?
Ooh.
Good one.
Very good one.
Oh, and look.
Clean toy. There he is.
XM.
He don't miss.
Love it.
He don't miss. All right, Ghost. Well, there you go.
So those that actually win, if you can just send me your information and just exactly what you want, and I will get that shipped out to you through Jamie. I'll purchase and have it shipped to your address. So,
Matt, do you want to put up your email?
Yes, I'll do that right now.
So
Yep.
Pop that mug up. Pop that thing up.
And I'm excited to try Clean-Tall. I am.
Yeah, another brand whose chemicals are so top quality. I mean, they're like completely non-corrosive, completely don't require, except for a couple of them, warning labels even. That's nuts. And still do their job is insane.
Yeah, very much so.
And it just makes you wonder, why haven't these ever made it to the States yet? You know what I mean? Like, what's happening?
Well, I know why, because they were waiting for Thor.
Waiting on Thor, yeah. So that's a pretty good reason, Christy. So I like that a lot.
That's all I'm saying, you know.
Pretty good reason.
Ghost has that future Wi-Fi. I agree. He's quick with it always, right?
I put my number in there too, so if you want to text me your information, it might be even just faster. I don't know. It just depends.
Okay.
I can get that in there. Come on.
There you go. There it is. Extra mile detail 1@gmail.com.
There it is.
There we go.
What else we gonna give? I want to give away something myself from Thor. I think I want to give away. We don't quite. You have to wait a couple days, but they are almost here. But I want to send someone a newly packaged goat towel and diva towel. So fresh off the presses in their brand new packaging. Right. As soon as they get here, you're gonna have to wait. Like I said, you're gonna have to wait about a week, but they're almost here. So we had our ghetto packaging show up at the first round of towels. So they came in like Ziplocs. You know, they're resealable. They're at least Ziplocs. You know, they work. But we got the fancy packaging coming in about a week or two. And all the towels will restock, plus a couple of new towels, which is the rinseless drying towel and the glass towel, both in the Diva line. So we'll have 3 versions of kind of the Diva glass, Diva rinseless, and Diva drying towel. So I'm going to give away the 2 big old drying towels in the fancy new packaging. So you'll be the first one. As soon as it hits stock, I'm sending it over to you. Okay. So
did we decide what Ghost was winning? I didn't even say which product.
Send in 3 pH soap kit.
3 pH soap.
Okay.
Yep. Detail Co soap, hard wash, soft wash, acid wash. Go crazy with it. Question. I had a question. I forgot it. Christy, you got a question?
I do, but it's kind of, I'm trying to think of one that's a little more difficult, but I mean, I guess any question works. What city is Thor's warehouse in?
There you go.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Ghost, you can't answer this.
No, Ghost.
You already won. Ghost hasn't tried soft wash yet. You're in for a treat. West Cat is in the house. All right, West Cat, I got you. I got you. I already got all this information and everything, so he ain't even got to email me. I'll get you them towels as soon as they get here.
Perfect.
Send you a fresh package.
Nice.
No misspellings or nothing. But
the towels didn't change though, right? They're just new packaging.
New package. Yep.
Oh, they're great.
Packaging just took a little extra while to get made. They're fancy, Christy. We had a misspelling error for SEMA. It was Miracle fiber towels for the SEMA edition ones, but that's been fixed. So now they are microfiber. They are indeed microfiber towels.
Yeah.
You know, we had a couple of people come up to the booth and were like, "So this is a new version of microfiber?" So if we were a cheesy brand, we would have spun it and been like, "Our microfiber towels are the best thing since sliced bread. They absorb twice as good." You know, we just fixed the spelling.
Perfect. Do we have any others, or was that?
Yeah. No, we're gonna do. So we did the soap. We're gonna do the tire dressing, and then let's do your details. We're gonna sell the details or the detail spray as well.
Ooh, that smells good.
Okay. So the second one was the towels. Do we want to do this third one then? The detail spray and the tire dressing together?
We're gonna do 2 bottles of the detail spray. Okay. So those winners will get 2 bottles of that.
Okay.
And then we'll do the detail of the tire dressing. What else is there? We can put something with the tire dressing. There's something, Jamie, whatever you want to put to it with it.
Tire dressing? What pairs up?
Oh no, we wanted to do the seal. We want to do the sealant.
Ceramic sealant?
Well. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do ceramic sealant Stay Strong combo. That's a good combo.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say BDE with the tire sealant.
The dressing. Yeah. That's the perfect combo there.
Okay. Whatever you guys want to do.
Eileen sent me a update of Guardian 4 weeks in on one of her vehicles. It was beading like crazy. So it'll last you a while.
Okay. Do we have any other, let's see, questions, guys?
Oh, questions. I got a question. So for the Stay Strong and Infinity Sealant combo, we'll do, where's Franco going to be selling his double clutch system at? Stay tuned. Bolt on and strap on version.
That is great.
I need the full name.
Pleasure Palace.
Pleasure Palace. Romance Emporium. Oh goodness.
We'll give it to Eileen. Pleasure Emporium.
Well, I don't know. Well, Becca says PES.
Oh, he said pleasure.
That could be the real one. You gotta spell it out, Becca. I'm gonna give it to Eileen.
Okay, Pleasure Emporium.
Pleasure.
That is great.
There you go.
My goodness.
So email Matt. He'll get you the Infinity and
Eileen on that one.
Stay strong. Purple. Oh my Lord! This is taking a turn.
Let's keep this.
We've taken a turn. PG-13 now, getting demonetized.
I love it.
Ooh, that's hilarious. Same place squirrels come out of. Okay. So then
chipmunks better stay in that ground is all I got to say.
So are we doing one more than Matt? Are we doing
we'll do the tire,
the BDE and the tire dressing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's see. Question. Why, usually questions just come right to me and I'm struggling tonight. Let me see.
This is an inside joke, but this is a pretty hard question. Christy got a new product in today, and she had some problems with it. What product did Christy struggle with all day today?
I don't think anybody knows this.
Take a guess. Just think of what Christy did in her garage all day long, just struggling. The struggle city.
This is Jamie. I'll tell you.
Oh, that is great.
It involves
it's because I was so embarrassed. I barely even. The only reason I messaged you is because
childproof caps is close. That's close. That's a good.
That is very close.
That's very close.
That is very. I think he.
In fact, you might be the winner there.
I think that's the winner. That's
close enough. So, Christy, tell them about your struggles.
Okay, so I bought the new grit guard bucket setup, that have the colored, gamma seals. So I bought the ones with the pink. Thanks to Jamie, I saw him on his channel, and I was like, "Ooh, I need those." So one of the buckets doesn't have the gamma seal on it. And so I am literally, and I've tried all day. I'm not going to lie when I say all day, I kept going back, trying to put the damn seal on the bucket. I finally showed myself doing it and sent it to Jamie. What am I doing wrong? He's like, you just gotta use your muscle.
You gotta get on that thing.
Do it. And I'm like, I'm by myself. Nobody.
Oh, I love it, dude.
Do you have a rubber mallet? Maybe a rubber mallet will get it on there.
You know what? Good idea. I had a hammer, but I was like, I don't want to shatter the thing already.
Yeah.
Mallet.
Rubber mallet. Try that.
I told Jamie, I had to close my garage. I was so embarrassed, thinking about what I'd look like trying to get this damn seal on the bucket. I closed my garage and then I finally
love it, dude.
I almost threw it out. Yeah, it was not.
I don't know why they didn't put that thing on it for you.
Yeah, I don't know why either. And
they did not understand the superstar that they were sending it to. If they better put some respect on Christy's name. I'm gonna have to talk to Grit Guard.
Do you sell Grit Guard, Jamie?
No, we've looked at them. Buckets are expensive.
They are. I know. Yeah. That's the one I was thinking about buying to put on Franco's stuff.
Yeah, because we got the Grit Guards from the Detail Guards that use the Venturi effect. I really like them. So, but Grit Guard, they got some nice buckets and casters and stuff, but the margins aren't great. So we're still working on it. We haven't decided yet.
Oh, Ryan says, I have enough products. Give it to somebody else. Let's see. I mean, that one was Jamie. You know what? You just watch. Coming for you.
Who was the next person outside him that won?
Yeah, let's see. Anybody else have a good answer?
Mm.
Yeah, who hasn't? That's a good question, Becca Green. Who hasn't tried Detail Co?
Yeah,
that's a great question. There you go. I like Becca's question.
Yeah.
I like Becca's question. We'll send her over.
Trying to think who's still in the chat here. Becca had a close answer last time. You know.
Yep. I guess everybody's tried Detail Co. Let's hear.
I know.
Well, appreciate it, everybody.
Speak now, people.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Send it to Ghost.
Send a ghost. Shame on it. Shame on you if you haven't. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, look at Enthusiast says I had never tried Detail Co.
There you go.
There you go.
We'll send it over.
Winner.
Send me your information and I will get it over to you.
That's right.
Okay. So, Enthusiast, you are going to try BDE and that good of a tire shine Guardian, right?
Guardian.
And it's the BD. What is it? BDD? What did you say?
Yeah, Bugs Dirt Exterior Spray.
Yeah,
it's so good.
I modeled it after the great UK brands. Citrus based. I amped it up a little bit with some delaminine that attacks tar as well. And it really does a number on tires. So it's pretty stout stuff.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah, it's the one product we have that'll give you, might cough a little bit if you get a good whiff of it. It's pretty stout.
That's one I've got to put to. I'm gonna do. So I have that one.
And I mean, has a very little amount. It's like a drop of the tar removing stuff. So it's like, I don't think we can put any less, but we.
Big dirt
still
energy.
Makes you cough. Big dirt energy.
It's so funny.
Yep.
Ghost said, just really quick. I know we're getting to. We're about an hour and 10 minutes.
About an hour.
Let's make this our last question. Jamie, if you answered, which is better as a dedicated wheel cleaner, hard wash or BDE?
Yeah. So if you got the protection on the surface already, that kind of deal, you could reach your hard wash, and then BDE if the vehicle ain't been detailed in a year or the first time you see it, BDE. Yeah, because it'll probably have some tar on it, so BDE is going to attack the tar. It's going to really melt the grime off real good for you. So definitely BDE for the nastier situations, hard wash for the maintenance clients.
Gotcha.
Perfect.
Yeah,
that's great.
And he says full strength.
You can, but it's up to you. I'd run it 5-to-1. I like 3-to-1, 5-to-1.
Yeah, 3-to-1.
It'll get her clean. Becca 3-to-1. Yep.
Yeah, perfect.
Nice.
Nard wash. Franco is on one. Look, he's
Nard wash. Damn it.
Nard wash. My goodness.
Oh,
Franco, what are we gonna do with you?
I love it. Well, you know what? It's been awesome. I know we've been over an hour, so definitely want to let you get back to being with your family, which is most important. Same with Christy and all the stuff you guys get going. But Jamie, it was obviously, as always, an honor to have you here. It's always a pleasure. It's fun to talk to you.
I'll never say no to you. So anytime.
I really appreciate it, Jamie. It means a lot, and you've got a lot going on, so it means a lot for you to take time out and spend with us and giving back and doing what you're doing. You're doing an awesome job. Continue to support you. I will continue because you guys do great things, you and Eddie. I'd love to have Eddie on too. I didn't mean to leave Eddie out, but I thought it would be good to do you, and maybe we'll do a separate one with Eddie if Eddie's up to doing
that's
that.
a good idea.
I think it'd be fun to have Eddie too because he's got
pretty good.
I got a good sense of humor too, so he'd be fun to talk
he's
to.
all right. He's all right. He didn't think he tanked himself, but we fixed it. He's all right.
I love it. And
I was
Christy,
actually calling him. I was hoping he'd answer, but I don't think he's going to answer. He's ghosting me. Ghosting me.
It's always an honor to have Christy with us too. Hey guys, if you haven't tried their product line, House of Rags and Detail Co. The products is absolutely outstanding. They're great. They have so much to choose from.
Yeah.
crazy not to go there and order and get their products from Tao's Products. And again, support them on their media side. Christy has an incredible podcast on Monday evening, so go support her and all the other individuals that are doing their podcast each week. They're awesome. I jump into them and watch them, and they're fun to see. They've got great people and guests on them, so you won't be disappointed. You'll learn a lot, and it's just great to be in with the detail community and the family, and just like these wonderful people in our comments and stuff that come and support. So it's so
and don't
much
forget,
fun.
Chris 10 will save you some change.
There you go.
There you go.
Boom.
Exactly. Very so true. But guys, those that have joined us, we really appreciate your time this evening and spending time with us, with Jamie and Christy and myself. It's always a pleasure. We look forward to having you. We've got a lineup of people this year that we're planning on putting on the podcast. Have already started to work on.
Who you got coming down the line? You got any hints for the people?
Well, at the end of the month, I've been wanting Eileen, so Eileen's going to come on at the end of the month.
Eileen, y'all can talk about the controversial ending to, I think, round 2 of DIY Tuber.
I've got a couple of different product lines. Buff Bright's supposed to be coming on.
Buff Bright, I love Tom from Buff Bright.
Yep,
he's
Tom's
a fun
great. And then Lithium Auto Products for Bill.
Tell him to bring the bag of dog hair when he comes.
Yes.
Bill's great. Bill's great.
Bill's a good guy. So we got a fair amount, but we're those are a few that are going to be lining up, and we're excited to have them on. And we've got some things we're working on that, like I said earlier, just a little hint, give backs and some charity things that we want to do with the podcast. So we're looking forward to doing that too. So
smash the like, everybody.
Yes, I appreciate it, guys. If you follow us, it'd be awesome. If you have any questions, those that have won and those gifts, please send me your message through email or text. I will get those sent out this week immediately and get those ordered and have Jamie and those guys ship them out. And then you will have them as quickly as they get them out. And then we will be happy to hear your results and hear what you got to say for it. So, guys, again, thanks for coming tonight. Thanks for joining us on the podcast. Again, Jamie, thank you for your time. And Christy, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. It was an honor. We look forward to talking to you. We look forward to being with you and hopefully have you on again soon sometime.
Update us on that bucket. Keep us updated.
I will.
We need a full tutorial. How you...
I'm getting it. I'm going to get it.
Get that lid on. Let's see it.
All right.
Guys, have a good night.
Appreciate you, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Woo. Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
If you want to get on that affiliate stuff, get you a promo code. You can promote that too anytime.